Welcome to TaraElla News, where you can still get your daily fix of the radical centrist viewpoint in a world otherwise too full of identity politics and fake news. By the way, I talk about a new issue every day, so if centrist commentary is your thing, I highly recommend subscribing to this channel. We all thought that the far-left-led campaign to destroy historical monuments was finally put to an end last year. But it has struck again. On Monday evening, a Confederate statue called Silent Sam, located in the Chapel Hill campus of the University of North Carolina, was violently removed by students. To be fair, the statue was subject of concerns about student safety, and there were ongoing discussions about removing it from campus. However, their action was not about student safety per se. It was part of a so-called struggle against white supremacy. It was undertaken in the same spirit as similar controversial events from last year. Don't get me wrong. As an individualist, I look forward to the end of racism someday, and I believe we can work towards this together by truly attempting to listen to and understand the lived experiences of each other. However, for that to work, we must first bring people together. We must not turn society into one great struggle. And right now, in the name of ending white supremacy, some people are creating this unhelpful struggle. But white supremacy isn't really mainstream anymore in modern America and the modern West, and to revive historical grievances can only serve to divide people. Hence, all this talk of historical white supremacy is really not helpful, in my opinion. It is not helpful for healing the wounds of the past, and it is not helpful for bringing people together. I don't care what leftist academic theory wants to say about so-called systematic racism. I only care that the actions of certain activists is actually systematically making things worse for everyone. A spokesman for Governor Roy Cooper said that violent destruction of private property has no place in our communities. And good on him for pointing this out. While there have been concerns about the statue, there is a proper process to go through to decide its fate. The reason why we have these processes is because of the spirit of liberal democracy, where everyone affected is to have equal agency over decisions. As a moral libertarian who believes in the equality of moral agency between individuals, I believe people on both sides of the issue equally deserve a hearing. People on both sides feel strongly about these monuments, and if we respect individuals' moral agency equally, we need to respect the process that will work towards a decision, respecting the concerns of both sides. Respecting our democratic processes is not simply upholding the status quo. It is a sign of respect for our individual rights and individual level equality. Also, the reason we have respect for private property is because we are a civilized society where individual rights are respected. There cannot be a proper respect for individual rights unless there is some protection for private property rights. The recent influence of anarcho-communist ideas on the left has eroded the importance of this notion for many young activists. I believe we need to have a discussion of why respect for private property is important, why many great thinkers like John Locke and John Stuart Mill supported this idea. Don't get me wrong. I understand that the free market has to work for everyone, and even John Locke said that while private property is important, there needs to be plenty and just as good left over for everyone else. There is certainly a case for reforming our economic system so that it is fairer, so that it lives up to the ideals of John Locke and Adam Smith. But any system that respects individual rights will have to respect private property rights. This is not optional. Finally, I want to talk briefly about social justice. While I don't agree with the tactics of SJWs, I don't find fault with their passion. It's not wrong to be passionate about something, and it's not wrong to want to put an end to certain unfair situations. But what does destroying historical monuments achieve in terms of reducing racism? Nothing at all. Let that sink in. That's all for today. I'll be back with more centrist commentary tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.